What's going on, you guys? It's Keinan Briggs, athlete, coach, and mentor, answering your questions. I was recently asked this question. What are some ways to help control my speed on the runway? There are several layers to this question. So first, let's look at the most important part of the question is, what does this implicate? When a person is out of control in relation to speed, they're typically in a space of anxiety and fear. When we are fearful and anxious, we're not comfortable and errors can arise. On the other hand, when we are calm and comfortable, the chances of errors are limited. So when I read this question, the question I really hear is, I don't perform well with the speeds I'm bringing into my jump. How do I fix that? So the direct answer is slow down. The next part is place yourself in the environment of higher speeds so you can get used to the new speeds. For example, you know when you were little, right? And you hopped on a bike for the first time, you would ride and the speed you had was good. Then one day you rode faster. The speed that you were doing made you feel scared. It was a very, very fast speed. But then when you went back to your original slow speed, it felt super slow and you were more comfortable at that speed and you found yourself more comfortable riding a little bit faster than before. It's kind of like that. So next is, how do I increase those comfortable speeds in my jump? Well, let's start with the runway. How do you get comfortable on the runway itself? I have my athletes do speed training on the runway. Just get on the runway, sprint down the runway, and do a pop-up to slow yourself down. Next is, how do you feel comfortable with higher speeds during the jump? What I do for my athletes is I deconstruct the jump, as in we do a hop only, we do a step phase only, or I combine the hop to step or step to jump at high speeds. I'll have them be at 10 to 14 steps and just utilize and deconstruct those jumps itself. It really helps. My coaching philosophy is, when I start my athletes, I start them with a short 6-step triple jump, then a 10-step long jump at the beginning of season. Then I back them up as they show level of comfort to a 10-step triple and a 14-step long jump. Then I progress them later on to a 14-step triple and an 18-step long jump, depending on their maturity and ability. I've only had a handful of athletes be able to execute 18-step approaches, but when they did, they were all dominant jumpers. So it's very important that you work your way up into comfortability. A lot of coaches start an athlete out with, their 16-step or 18-step approach, which is great. But for me, I notice that the body naturally breaks. So to get rid of the breaks is to slow it down and work your way up. The reason why I have triple jump at a slower pace than long jump is just a run and you jump. There's no other ways to break there's no ways to break in the air. But then for triple jump, there's so many contacts, is that you want to figure out how to accept your speeds to maintain it so you can get better jumps. And you can find the videos of the drills I spoke about in my triple jump and long jump playlists. Good luck with your training and development this season. Do you have any questions? If so, send your questions to info@KeinanBriggs.com or shoot me a DM on any of my social media platforms. You can also visit KeinanBriggs.com for additional services such as DVAs, virtual practices, and mentorship to help you get to college using sports. All right, till next time.